3.
Hi everyone, we're back for another week of demos. This week is breakfast. This is actually everyone's favorite meal when we do it up in lab. This and sandwiches. Sandwiches are my favorite. But anyway, I'm going to do some demos for you today of breakfast. You know, cooking an egg or being able to prepare eggs is harder than it looks. And actually there are examples of people going in for cooking jobs or chef jobs and being asked to cook an egg, kind of surprising them, like, oh, you have some skill, let me see you cook an egg. So what I'm going to start with today is doing an omelet. And there's many types of omelets we can do. I have my pan heating up. Hopefully we'll get the right temperature going. I'm going to start by cracking eggs. I'm going to do a 3-egg omelet. You can really do any amount you want, even 1 egg. I've done 1-egg omelets. There's been some studies done by Cooking America, I believe is the name of it, about the best way to prepare eggs for scrambled eggs or omelets. And we're going to add our salt and pepper right to the mix. Again, add what you want. And you could add other spices as well. You could add garlic powder. We're going to add a little salt. You could add cayenne pepper, hot pepper flakes, you know, if you like the spiciness. Here's one of the keys. I used to add more of water sometimes, but it's been shown that if adding a little milk, whole milk, or half and half, maybe about a tablespoon to that mix, and then we're going to whisk this up, okay? You want to whisk it so that the egg yolks are gone, that you have no evidence of egg whites or egg yolks in here. And we're going to whisk this. Also, the other thing that whisking does is it adds some air into the mix. So when we want that puffiness that we might want to see in an omelet, this is going to help with that. Remember, there's all kinds of whisks, right? So you want to try and use more of a balloon whisk where the wires are spread apart more, and that allows more air to be incorporated into whatever you're mixing. So we've got that going. We've got our pan heating up. I'm going to add a little butter. Even though this is a non-stick, the butter's still going to add some flavor to what we're doing here. Now, when you're using a non-stick pan, of course, one of the keys that you want to do is make sure that whatever you're using to turn or flip is not going to scratch the non-stick surface. Most restaurants are not using non-stick because of the abuse that the pans take, but you at home, probably they've got some great non-stick pans now, and they're not, you can find them not that expensive, okay? So we're going to add that butter into our pan. I've got the heat about medium or so. I'm going to whisk this one more time, and then I'm going to add this in to the pan. Just pour it in, and we'll move this aside. And we're ready to cook. Now I'm going to do a cheese omelet today. You know, you again can do anything you want, any kind of cheese. You could even put cream cheese and jelly omelet. What I would suggest is that anytime you're making an omelet, if you're going to add vegetables or meat, they need to be cooked before you put them in the omelet. Now, what I'm going to demonstrate to you today is what's called in your textbook on cooking the French technique of omelet making. That is that we're going to allow the uncooked egg to flow under the cooked part. What I notice is for a lot of us that might go to banquets or hotels, what I call a hotel-style omelet can be fairly common. Hotel-style omelet, you know, for those of you that have ever eaten at a buffet, and this is where we're going to start now. I can see the egg starting to coagulate on the edges. A hotel-style omelet is one where they put the vegetables in. Remember, the vegetables have already been cooked, right? But they put the vegetables in, and then they pour the egg in on top of it. So what you're really getting is vegetables mixed in with the egg. So you can see that we're getting some coagulation rather quickly. I'm going to turn the heat down a little bit. One of the things about cooking any sort of eggs is that we want We want the egg to be yellow, not brown. I know a lot of you might be used to having brown edges on fried eggs or brown edges on an omelet, but I'm trying to avoid that. So we're trying to get this heat at the perfect temperature, around a medium. And one of the things that I've found in cooking is that if we have an omelet where it's thicker or a lot of eggs, if we're doing a 12 egg omelet or something like that, one of the things that you can do is to finish these in the oven. So if you've got a pan like mine with a metal handle, you can stick it in the oven and not worry about it. So it's at the point right now, okay? There's a little bit of loose egg on top. I can make a hole sometimes if I want, but that'll actually finish cooking. Although some people prefer a little runniness. I'm now going to take my cheese. I'm going to put it right in the center and towards one edge. And I'm going to spread that cheese. Some people, and we use a little bit of that at the end for a little garnish. Okay. Now the key here, of course, is that we want to fold this. We're going to do a half fold, and some people prefer a tri-fold where it's folded 3 times or twice. So you fold once from one side and one from the other. Okay. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to slide this omelet out in the end. And we have a beautifully colored omelet that you can see right here, right? We're going to take a little more cheese for our garnish. And again, I'm not touching the finished product with my hands. We'll put on a little bit of chopped scallion. You could also do a little bit of salsa if you wanted to, but we're going to use some salsa in just a little bit. And there you have it, a beautiful French cheese omelet. And by the way, we used a cheddar cheese with this one. Enjoy.